Welcome to Watches with Dennis, and today I'm continuing the Watches and Wonders 2024 coverage, this time with Jaeger-LeCoultre, or JLC, and their Duometre Chronograph Moon. There's actually a couple different reference numbers here. There's a pink gold version, which is Q622252J, and there's a platinum version, Q622656J. Note that the Watches and Wonders website only had the images up at the time of this recording of the platinum version. That's all of the imagery that you're going to see out of me with this video. In terms of specifications, both of these watches are 42.5 millimeters in diameter. They are 14.2 millimeters thick. The water resistance on both is actually 50 meters, not 30. I was a little surprised when I saw the pictures of the watches. They both come on alligator straps, and they are both powered by JLC's Caliber 391. That movement beats at 3 Hertz, offers approximately 50 hours of power reserve per barrel, and that's noteworthy because of how the chronograph functionality works. So the movement provides a chronograph function that has a 12-hour and 60-minute counter. It has a 1/6 flying second indicator, which if you've never seen one of the older ones in action, it's actually extremely cool looking. It has a moon phase complication. It has a day-night indicator. And because of the 2-barrel system that it uses to power everything, it's got 2 power reserve indicators. 1 barrel drives the watch's timekeeping, and 1 barrel drives the various complications of the Duometre. The platinum-cased version has a copper-colored dial and is priced at $86,000. The pink gold version has a silver-colored dial and is priced at $70,000. These are not limited edition watches. The Duometre collection was actually introduced back in 2007, and as the name might suggest to you, this whole 2-barrel system for the timekeeping and the complications was the big deal that this model line really relied upon. So these 2 new references are really iterative in terms of their improvement. It's really combining the moon phase complication aspects with the high-precision chronograph aspects that we've already come to know from the Duometre. In terms of first thoughts, and these are just my first reactions based off of images and videos I have seen. I've not yet handled these watches. I'm not at Watches and Wonders, so this is not a review. But I'd forgotten about the Duometre series. I've seen some videos online of reviews. I've never actually handled any of them before. And the main thing I always remembered about them wasn't anything about the dual barrel technology or any of that. It's far too intricate. I just remember the 1/6 jumping indicator and just how cool it is visually. I really do recommend you do some searching and just search for a Duometre, and you'll probably find one of those right off that you'll be able to find on YouTube and watch and just see how cool that is in action. But this is a very attractive watch, and people who have watched my channel for a while know I am a big fan of dress watches, so this has a very nicely balanced look. JLC often does very nice balanced looks, and I actually really like the look of these a lot and wanted to spend a little bit of time to talk about them, even though they're well outside of my price range and probably the price range of most people who would be watching these videos, simply because it's a really, really elegant design. And I think they do a lot of interesting things with the Duometre, and it's not a reverso. So, while I do greatly enjoy the reverso, and I thought the reverso chronographs of Watches and Wonders 2023 were really the high point from JLC, it's nice to see that this time they're not just leaning on the reverso, and it feels like they're mixing things up a little bit. I don't think, obviously, these sell very well because this is in an upper echelon price point. I mean, we're staying under 6 figures, but these are expensive watches. And yes, I do think they will end up on the gray market since they're not limited, and they'll come with quite a bit of discount, just like we've seen out of so much out of the JLC catalog. And JLC's really been driving its pricing up a lot lately. I just think in terms of dress watches, this may be on the short list in terms of nice, new, exciting releases for 2024. Obviously, not particularly groundbreaking in any major aspect. It's not like the wholly new creation of a wholly new thing. It's the merger of an already respected chronograph with some more romantic elements, namely the moon phase for obvious reasons. But that being said, I do think that some people will be disappointed going through and looking. This isn't the new Polaris. This isn't a new sports watch line. And I've argued for a while now that what I think JLC really needs to do is penetrate that sports watch space with something new and exciting that can get a lot more demand, because there's only so much interest in dress watches in general. And obviously this one's already operating in a price echelon where you've got to be into them already before you're going to consider this. But I still think it's really neat. I do think it's really attractive. I think it's going to get a lot of praise coming out of Watches and Wonders. And so for that reason, I'm glad it exists, though I highly doubt I'm ever going to see one around. But anyway, those are my first thoughts. I'd like to read yours, so if you would comment those below, I will try and go through all of those. Actually, I always do read all of them. I try and reply to a lot of them too. But if you have any thoughts, share those as well. And if you enjoy the video, please do give it a like. If you want to be notified when I have new videos coming out, just click subscribe. And I will talk to you all on the next one.